Elon Musk pairs up with Vivek Ramaswamy against the FCC. As they reveal, the country is getting worse every day, and a lot of things are happening that people are not aware of. With that, Musk and Vivek just announced about horrible things that FCC has done, and it's not public. But more importantly, FCC just attacked Elon Musk's SpaceX, denied around $900 million, and Elon Musk's response to this situation was very surprising. This is a crazy story development. So let's explain how Elon Musk pairs up with Vivek Ramaswamy against the FCC. So recently, Elon Musk and Vivek Ramaswamy paired up and launched scathing attacks against the Biden administration, criticizing its leadership and specific policies. They painted a picture of a government that is failing the American people, highlighting its more fascist tendencies. And few days after these events, agency under the U.S. government, FCC made a decision not to reinstate Elon Musk's Starlink's nearly $886 million funding. Initially awarded in 2020, the grant was for Starlink to deliver high-speed internet to over 640,000 rural locations across 35 states. However, the Biden's FCC withdrew the funding in August 2022, a decision Starlink contested. The FCC maintained its stance this week, stating that Starlink did not fulfill the subsidies criteria and was not reasonably capable of providing the promised high-speed internet. Elon Musk himself criticized the decision on X, stating, "Starlink is the only firm effectively addressing rural broadband on a large scale." He suggested either dissolving the program and refunding taxpayers or not allocating funds to ineffective companies, accusing competitors of lobbying for the subsidy and then altering rules to exclude SpaceX. Musk explained that the companies who initially pushed for this substantial allocation, excluding SpaceX, assumed they would be successful, but were instead surpassed by Starlink's performance. Consequently, he suggested, they are now attempting to modify the regulations to hinder SpaceX's participation. Responding to the Hill, an FCC spokesperson clarified that the FCC, an independent agency overseen by Congress, not the president, aims to provide widespread, reliable, and affordable high-speed broadband. FCC Chairwoman Jessica Rosenworcel emphasized the agency's duty to judiciously use public funds for rural broadband expansion and not support applicants who don't meet essential program criteria. Brendan Carr, a Republican member of the FCC, expressed a dissenting view, arguing that the decisions seem to be driven not by an objective assessment of law, facts, or policy, but rather by what he described as the current U.S. government's ongoing regulatory harassment against Musk. Carr accused the FCC of joining a trend of federal agencies targeting Elon Musk. He suggested the decision was part of the U.S. government's pattern of regulatory harassment. As of April 2023, SpaceX has garnered over $15.3 billion in government contracts since 2003. In 2022, SpaceX's Starlink service generated $1.4 billion in revenue, marking a substantial rise from the $222 million earned in the previous year. The company is projecting a revenue of $15 billion in 2024, with Starlink anticipated to contribute $10 billion of that total. However, despite Musk's efforts to expand this internet service, which includes over 5,000 satellites, there are growing concerns about the geopolitical influence afforded to him through the satellite network. Investors are enthusiastic about the various revenue prospects Starlink presents, with many anticipating a potential spin-off and IPO of Starlink in the near future. And this news is not a surprise. Recently, Elon Musk and Vivek Ramaswamy frequently emphasized how U.S. government and various government agencies are behaving against the interest of American people. Musk and Ramaswamy criticized what they see as excessive dependence on government and bureaucratic solutions. This could be interpreted as suggesting that true ruling comes from individual action, not solely from electing officials. Also, Musk and Vivek criticized the U.S. government for how it's handling recent issues. Musk has spoken out against many government rules, saying they limit new ideas and personal freedom. He has focused on rules about electric cars, digital money, and what people can say online. Ramaswamy is a vocal critic of the administrative state, the vast complex of agencies and regulations that implement laws. He argues that these unelected bodies wield too much power and are often unaccountable to the people. This critique could be seen as implying that even when people elect representatives, true control lies with unelected bureaucrats. Also, after supporting Elon Musk, Vivek Ramaswamy presented his plans to dismantle the FBI and other U.S. government agencies and to dismiss over 1 million federal employees. These ideas align with the increasingly radical conservative agendas aimed at the federal government, especially law enforcement agencies. Ramaswamy's suggestions are some of the most extensive in the race. During his speech at the America First Policy Institute in Washington, he proposed cutting the number of federal employees by 50% in his first year and by 75% over his first term, should he become president. His strategy includes abolishing 5 federal agencies: the FBI, the Department of Education, the Nuclear Regulatory Commission, the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, Firearms and Explosives, and the Food and Nutrition Service. And that's it for today. Subscribe to our channel and hit the notification bell.